Hello everyone, this is your weekly reading. I do apologize for inconsistencies in the past. Let's move on, shall we? Let's go ahead and get into the week. I'm gonna do my do I want to use that spread? Let's go ahead and use it. I'm gonna use my usual spread. Look at what's going on for this week. We'll pull some additional cards from Oracle decks as well. The energy for the collective, please. So, you and what's crossing you, this changes, transformations, very big changes at the core level. Spirit is here, these awakenings, a lot of Pluto energy, wherever Pluto is transiting in your personal chart. It could be getting triggered by something this week, or you could just be getting triggered by something, not necessarily even in a bad way. Judgment is awakening. It's realizing something, it's learning from the past, reconciling with something, maybe forgiving oneself. It could be that you're allowing a change or transformation to happen. It could just be happening very, not necessarily drastically, but just in a very deep way. The Star card almost came out. It represents healing. Somebody could be leveling up with some type of spiritual awakening, or the Sun card wants to come out. It's like you're coming out of confusion, I guess. The Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords. Somebody could be upset about you leaving. I mean, it came out like this, but this is, I don't know what, I'm like, this is something else. Maybe this is probably multiple stories, I'm sure. So just take what's for you and leave what's not. So with the Judgment here, awakening, realizing something, you could be reconciling with someone, a part of yourself, something of your past. You could be realizing why. You could have some type of spiritual insight, spiritual guidance. Something about your childhood could all of a sudden make sense, like, or just a part of your past. But this is representing a new chapter, like a brand new start within a new spiritual journey, within a new spiritual chapter. You could be having a birthday this week or something of the sort. Maybe a lunar return, if not your solar return, or you could just be having some type of spiritual awakening, because this represents, like the Page of Swords, it's like a novice in the spirit world. So for some of you, this could be a brand new spiritual awakening, but this could also just be a new level within your spiritual awakening. With the Seven of Cups here, your emotions could just be all over the place. You could have a lot of feelings. Your intuition could just be pinging, but also there could be a lot of things that are overwhelming. Meditate with the Four of Swords, to get a clear mind, to settle your mind, rest. Maybe you're even taking some type of trip or vacation, because the Wands can sometimes represent travel. But Four of Swords is representing rest. I think then that's to alleviate any confusion or overwhelm of emotions. Just wait till things settle down before you make a decision. But you can also remain curious with spirit, inquire with spirit, and meditating is a great way to hear the answers. With the Knight of Swords, somebody's upset about something and they're expressing it, or they seem upset about something the way they're expressing it. Maybe they don't know how to express themselves tactfully. Could also involve just harsh communication or arguments, but I do see somebody like bouncing. It could be due to this change, this transformation, something, I don't know. Maybe somebody's like speaks their piece and then they leave or something like that. Can I get one more for the deck card? Well, this could just be like a way of thinking, an immature way of thinking. Thinking negatively or harshly, taking things personally. Death is here again. 6 of Wands. It's a celebration. You're finally achieving, you're overcoming your rebirth. It's like you're coming out of it. The Sun card did want to come out, but it didn't. And then we had the Star card. So you are healing, and I think this is what you've healed from. Like maybe you had a nasty tongue, or you spoke really harshly, mean, or something like that. You've left that behind and you're being celebrated, you're being recognized. More Leo energy, because the Sun card was also Leo energy. But yeah, I think you're overcoming, you're leveling up, you're experiencing a rebirth of some sort in some area of your life. Looking at where Pluto is in your chart could help. I'm also going to pull some astrology cards. What's calling to you? Your goals, I think. Excuse me, with the 8 of Pentacles. Your goals, something you've been working towards for a while now. It could also be family, but you're working towards some type of achievement. You're wanting to make something happen. You're working towards some type of recognition. We do have some spiritual recognition here, I think, with the Wands here. I think this is spiritual recognition, but also it reflects. You could just be attracting a lot of people, and people just could see your light. And they don't know why they're fascinated with you or in awe of you. They just are. Oh, there's a package. There's also, with the 8 of Pentacles, oh, I'm sorry. I have to get that so somebody doesn't pick it up. Thank you. Early. Okay. All right, sorry. So with the 8 of Pentacles, it represents dedication, hard work, focus. Maybe Spirit is calling you to focus on something, or to just buckle down and get into your work. Let me clarify 8 of Pentacles, please. Six of Cups. Represents creativity, connecting with something from your childhood, maybe someone from your childhood. It does represent memories. So I do feel like it's something that's nostalgic to you. Maybe there's something that you need to work on from childhood, from your past, something that used to make you really happy. Maybe something that you hadn't given any time, energy, or effort to recently. 10 of Pentacles represents family, legacy, runs in the family is what I just heard. Some of you may have a family business or family talents. With the 10 of Pentacles, it also just represents long-term goals, commitment, like I said, legacy, what you want what you envision your life to be 10 years from now. Maybe Spirit is calling for you to really get organized with what did you reconnect with what you wanted as a child, maybe, and then realign your goals with what makes you the happiest, because this represents generosity and love. So maybe your work involves some type of work of compassion. Or maybe you work with families, something like that. Or, I mean, there could be like a family business, like I mentioned. It could be many things. All right, what's keeping you grounded? The Queen of Swords. I think it's also seeing, like, having a new perspective, an elevated perspective. I love that this is here, because I think this Knight of Swords, if it relates to you, is part of your past. And maybe there was some projection there. Maybe you just didn't really know how to truly express yourself. But after some meditation and some spiritual insight and awareness, you have a new perspective. And it's an enlightened, more mature perspective. Maybe you're considering yourself more, or you're just more introspective. Maybe you don't, I mean, the Queen of Swords is still blunt, but maybe you just are more tactful with your speech. or what the way your mind works, the way you make decisions, your thoughts and your communication is more clear. You're seeing things from a wider angle. Can I clarify Queen of Pentacles? Why do I say Pentacles? I'm looking at the Ten of Pentacles. Can I clarify the Queen of Swords, please? Queen of Swords. Okay. You told me to shuffle it. I'm gonna do. Sorry. A whole moment. Oh gosh. The Queen of Cups wants to come out. Excuse me. Queen of Swords, please. Thank you. Hang One. So maybe you stop for a moment and reflect before you speak with the Hang One here. It can also just represent, yeah, maybe you're waiting on spiritual insight. Maybe you know how to meditate to get the answers now, or to just kind of go within for a minute, because it's a spiritual pause. So maybe like before you say the wrong thing or before you get too excited, your spirit, you know, makes you aware of just pausing and taking a moment to breathe and wait for guidance from your higher self. One more for the Queen of Swords. Five of Swords is here. And the Ten of Swords. So I don't know, maybe this is like people picking fights with you or arguments. It's just like the Five of Swords represents disappointment. So maybe it's like it doesn't make you happy that you have to walk away from certain conversations, but it's like, you know, it's not really going anywhere, so it's best to just give up and stop. Maybe it involves some type of slander, arguments. I don't know, maybe people are trying to bait you into your old ways, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you're realizing how far you've come or how far you've grown this week because you're elevating, or maybe this is like your final exam, your final test. But I think ultimately you just know it's not worth it. You know it's going to end badly. You know it's going to end in like name calling or hurt feelings, and you're just going to feel bad. It's like, even if the person doesn't make you feel bad, you'll be like disappointed in yourself because you know, I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the situation involves, I think this is just like your thought process. Like, instead of going back and forth about yourself, like, you're taking on that proactive perspective of looking at all of this, and that's really keeping you grounded. I'm proud of you for that. All right, what's behind you or should be? The Nine of Pentacles. I think this is representing a little bit of vanity, like being a little bit full of yourself, thinking that maybe you're flawless and you don't have any imperfections to work on. This is the energy of Virgo also. So like, I'm not the problem, everyone else is, because I've spent so much time, energy, effort, or maybe money on improving myself and giving myself the life that I want. But that doesn't mean that you're perfect, right? Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. The Hermit and Judgment. The Hermit is here, more Virgo energy. The Judgment is here again, Pluto energy. So I think there's going to be some deep spiritual insights that take place with meditation right now. Spirit wants you to ground and meditate, but also if that's kind of the way to get through this, get past it, or to allow that energy to be past you, so that you can truly see, like, okay, how do I do that? Obviously, from your conscious mind, if it's something you're unconscious of doing, your conscious mind is not going to be aware of it. So meditating, that deep introspection of this Hermit energy, it could also be done through like reading, researching, but I definitely think this is meditating, because this is very deep introspection, and this is also awakening. Like, your spiritual court is providing you with some type of lessons, and it's providing you with like a second chance, a second opportunity to overcome this energy, is what I believe. So it's like, maybe it's a new lesson, maybe it's all inclusive. Anywho, what's ahead of you? We have the Queen of Wands, very magnetic energy, represents beauty, sensuality, creativity. So I think this just represents you being very aware of how you attract and how you manifest and how you
can create what you can, the things that you are capable of creating and making happen. This Queen of Wands. I do see you getting a little bit cocky, getting full of yourself, being very confident. So just be mindful of not being excessive in that energy. Show me more about Queen of Wands, please. Master of your craft is what I heard. Getting over anxiety. I love that. That some of you, that could be guilt. You could feel guilty about something. And I think that's also like if you get too much in that cocky attitude, you can start getting enemies and you can start feeling a little guilty. But also somebody who feels guilty could be apologizing to you. Somebody could be feeling guilty about something. But I think you're overcoming anxiety. I think you're definitely overcoming anxiety. And this could also be interpreted as you... Sorry, my nail's all chipping. So this Page of Cups can also be interpreted as you like getting more curious with your spirituality, your creativity, your intuition, your spiritual gifts. Because we got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups here. So definitely it's a new chapter. You're curious, you're willing to learn, you're open. There could be new love coming in also. Let's get some astrology cards first before we pull any other oracle cards. I think I want to pull a couple Kipper deck cards. Maybe some romance cards. I'm gonna get cards for the collective this week. Cards for the collective this week. Gemini, Aquarius, and Psyche. All right. Okay, Gemini. This represents inquisitive energy. Could represent a little mischief. I'm thinking that's what that Queen of Wands is alluding to, like feeling guilty about being a little bit mischievous, like stirring shit up, being a little bit manipulative, like maybe realizing that you can create things like drama also. But anyway, it represents duality, intellect, wit, being social. So I do feel like you are being social a little bit, even if it's just you and spirit. It doesn't have to be with other people. I definitely see you being social with spirit. But this card here represents your ability to being adaptable to new situations. And that's going to be your greatest strength right now. And it is, because there's going to be lots of change, big change. I think that's why Death is here twice and Judgment is here twice. And then we have Aquarius. So this represents here that it says a wave of change is coming your way. At times you may feel like it isn't progress, but it is. Sometimes staying afloat is the goal. Life isn't always about getting from point A to point B. You will need to rely on your networking and social skills to get something done in the near future. So Gemini is here with a little nudge in that direction. Evaluate the connections you have. Are you maintaining them? Are you offering something or just taking? People remember these interactions. Then we have Aquarius, what the fuck? Keywords: invention, rebellion, humanitarianism, being social. Once again, 2 air signs. We got a bunch of air energy here. And I think there's going to be tests, especially if your dilemma is involving being social. You're trying to improve your social skills or something. Then that's how you practice being in those settings. So it also represents being temperamental or neurotic. That's what the book says. It says, retreating into your own world is what Aquarius wants you to do when it appears in a reading. Too often we absorb and internalize other people's emotions and neurosis. And it's time for you to rid yourself of them. I love that. And I think you're starting fresh. That's why the Page of Cups is here. The Page of Wands is here. You're getting a new perspective, but it's one of your own. And deep meditation is what helps you achieve that new insight, new perspective. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb for an entire 24/7 and have yourself a staycation. The appearance of Aquarius can also mean it's time to loosen up and get a little crazy. You have been given the opportunity to be out there and unpredictable as you want. If you want someone to always play it safe, if you are someone who always plays it safe, you are being offered a free pass to experiment. Make sure you leap into the water. Now is not the time for waiting. All right, so Psyche, and I believe this is an asteroid. Yes, it's an asteroid. It's the goddess, it says here. Symbols are roses, poetry, wildflowers, butterflies. The key words here are passion, empathy, sensitivity, psychic awareness, beauty, kindness. All of that energy is here as well with the Wands energy. You could be seeing someone that embodies that. Maybe you remember someone from your childhood who represents goals. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Psyche points to other people's expectations of us. Who we are and how we should behave is suddenly a topic of conversation. The empathetic side of you might be internalizing this, but like the adage states, other people's opinions is none of your business. Your intuition is very heightened right now. It's as though you can feel the emotions of everyone around you. You have the gift of sensitivity, and this allows you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty and positivity. And I think you're able to do that. You're just taking it all in. With this Queen of Swords, your ability to just take it all in and not necessarily confront everything. Like you're being more wise about picking your battles, knowing what is for you and what's not. But everything else, you're just observing and you're channeling it into your creativity. You have the gift of sensitivity, and it allows you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty and positivity. Lead by example and show that kindness goes further than spite. So yes, I think you are learning that for sure. Let's see. Who's around the collective this week? Tell me about the people around the collective. It is a general message, so mature woman, there could be a significant older woman who you trust, who you go to for advice, such as a grandmother, a mother, an aunt, a mentor, even a spirit guide. But I do feel like this is someone tangible. Could be some type of authority figure or a teacher. But this person could be standing out for you. You feel like this person is well educated, so this person could be assisting you at this time. Trying to get a card for the collective for this week. Thank you. Capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. I love that. Beautiful card. See if there's any other keywords in this about this card. Each one of these cards has a different background. I really love that. So this is a reminder that your decision can change your life, and for the better, and your actions to do so are all the proof you need to show yourself that you are a magic maker. Magic is the working of one's will on reality, and it takes time and confidence in your capabilities. This can manifest as making changes to your living conditions, all the way to a redesign of an aspect of society itself. The Capable card can be a reminder that we should not seek fame and glory for living our lives creatively. The peace, satisfaction, and freedom comes from living life creatively and reward enough. If this card is drawn regarding another person, then it can be interpreted to mean that they are capable of doing or providing what it is that you inquired about. So whatever's on your mind right now during this week, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, this part of the spread really spoke to me while I was reading that. Whatever it is that you're working towards, maybe you're doing it for your children. Maybe there's something nostalgic about it. Maybe you've been working on it since you were a child, or you've been dreaming of it since you were a child. Something of the sort. But you are capable of it. It may take some time to come to fruition, but it is possible. I'm trying to get a romance card for the collective. And then I will end with a crystal. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. You could be meeting someone from your past could be coming back with this Six of Cups here. There could be a reconciliation here. It could be a big reconciliation here. And it doesn't mean that it's safe for you to love again. It means that you're going to love this person. I mean, you could feel love for this person, but it doesn't mean that you're going to reconcile and get back together. Maybe, maybe not. For some of you, probably not. But for some of you, even if you don't actually physically come into contact with this person, it grants you permission to let go of that situation so that you can open yourself up to love, because that situation could have been blocking that. And getting to know each other, you could be getting to know someone on a deeper level, having communications. You could be getting to know deeper parts of yourself, but I do feel like it's social, like you're making friends. There could be a romance in there somewhere too. I don't feel like it's anything like super long term, but there could just be like a fling, something fun in there that really gets your creative juices flowing. And I think once you are aware of that, it builds your confidence and allows you to truly be creative in another way and just level up. Continue to level up. I love it. I love it. Can I get a crystal for the collective, please? Thank you. Topaz. That's what it looks like in raw form. Who needs it? Anyone A, burning the midnight oil, the candle at both ends, bridges, or all of the above. Where to put it, wherever the action needs to happen, there is something that you need to do. I feel like you've been spending a lot of time thinking about it. And I think this week is the week that you have action to take. And these astrology cards, I think, helped sum that up. So I think you're being more social and making some things actually happen this week. So that sounds fun and exciting. And I think you automatically realize how quickly things happen. There could also just be a major healing taking place, or just had recently taken place. But I feel like it's all this week. It could happen over the whole week, obviously, but it could also happen over the rest of the month. So we'll see. When to use it: when you're aiming in the right direction, but keep misfiring. Passion is totally indispensable, but if you're not careful with it, it might burn you up. Call on Topaz to transform wild obsessions into laser-like focus and burning desires into getting things done. Increase your firepower. And I think that's what it's all about: being effective, getting shit done. So again, we have capable. You're definitely capable of doing whatever it is that you need to do. I think you're going to be meeting some new people. There could be some flirting going on, but I definitely feel like if you're making new friends, it's safe. Like you can, like, just getting to know people definitely helps things deepen. So have fun, use discernment, make sure you spend time in introspection,
with meditation, and take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Make sure you check your zodiac signs. Check out Patreon for early content and other exclusive content. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.